All right, mathletes, here we go. These are rules for solving inequalities, section 6E. Okay, so if we swap the left and right hand sides, we need to reverse the inequality. So if we have 6 is greater than 3 and we want to write 3 first, it's going to be 3 is greater than 6. So make sure that they're facing towards the same numbers as it was before. 2, if we add and subtract numbers from both sides, we need to keep the inequality sign. So if I have 6 is greater than 3 and I add 4 to both sides, okay, I can do so and it stays the same. 10 is greater than 7. Okay, so if we multiply or divide things to both sides of the equality, well, if it's positive, we don't have to do anything. So if we have 6 is greater than 3, we multiply both sides by 2, we can say that 12 is greater than 6, and it preserves that inequality. But as we investigated here, we multiply something by a negative number, okay, and we had 6 is greater than 3, we multiply both sides by a negative 2, okay. Notice we get negative 12 and negative 6 here. And to preserve the validity of this statement and keep it valid, we need to say that negative 6 is larger than negative 12. So notice we had to flip your signs anytime, or reverse them anytime you multiply or divide by a negative number. Okay, so let's look at some examples here. So with inequalities, we always have to remember that the solution typically is a whole solution set, so we don't just have one number. So it's a lot of times we're going to show our solutions on a number line and show that it's a vast number of answers actually. Okay, so in part A here, we'll solve for A. Okay, so I'm going to add 4 to both sides. Okay, and I get A is greater than 9. So usually I put my number in the middle, the next integer to the right, the next integer to the left. My solutions, okay? So anything that is strictly greater than, I remember, is an open circle, okay? And I know that 10 is greater than 9, so I'm going to go in the direction of 10. And there is my solution to A, okay? For B, I have 3B is less than 9. To get B by itself, I'm going to divide this side by 3. Divide this side by 3. I get B is less than or equal to 3. So as I put this on my number line, I'm going to put 3 here, number to the greater, number less than, and I'm going to know that at 3, it can be equal to, so it's a solid circle. And what numbers are less than 3? Well, negative 2 is less than 3, so I'm going to go in that direction, and I go shade in my solutions that way. Okay, in part C, okay, to get x by itself on the left side, I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. I get negative 2x is greater than negative 4. Okay, divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. Notice here, because I'm dividing by 1, I should kind of have a red flag come up in my mind saying that I need to make sure I reverse my signs. So I reverse my sign here. Okay, these will cancel out and I get x here. Negative 4 divided by negative 2 is 2. So x is going to be less than 2. So number line here, 2, 3, and a 1. Okay, so I know at 2 I'm going to have a open circle, and I have values. X's are less than that, so I know 1 is less than 2. So I'm going to shade in that direction. I could verify an answer if I wanted to just double check my work here after flipping my signs. So I know that I have a solution over here like 1 or 0. I always like to substitute 0 when possible and see if it still is accurate. So if I let x be equal to 0, and I plug it back into my equation, I get 4 minus 2 times 0 is greater than 0. Okay, simplify my left side, and I get minus 2 times 0 is 0, so I just get 4 is greater than 0. That's valid. Check. Verified my solution there. Okay, let's look at one more example here with multiple steps. Okay, so again, as I solve this, I'm just going to get x by itself. So I pull away my layers, so I'm going to deal with minus 2 first, so I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So plus 2, and I get x over 4 is greater than or equal to 5. Now, to undo the dividing by 5, I'm going to multiply the left by 5 and multiply the right by 5. This will cancel out, and I get x is greater than or equal to 20. Okay, so in my number line, I have 20, number above, number below. Okay, and because it can be, x can be greater than or equal to, it's a solid dot filled in. And I know 21 is greater than 20, so I'm going to put an arrow off in that direction, and I have my solution on a number line. That concludes our notes for tonight. Make sure you highlight any questions you might have and bring them to our next class.